Dear students, how are you all? Are you interested to study now? Okay, today we are going to study the 13th lesson, Firestones, written by Owen Colfer. He was born in Wexford on the southeast coast of Ireland in 1965, where he and his four brothers were brought up by his father, an elementary school teacher, historian, and artist of note, and mother, a drama teacher. He first developed an interest in writing in primary school with gripping Viking stories inspired by history he was learning in school at the time. He is an Irish author of children's books. He is best known as the author of the Artemis Fowl series. Some of his other famous works are Half Moon Investigations, The Wish List, and The Supernaturalist. Children, now we will come to our lesson. The story is titled Firestones, after the stones which the shamans uses to light a fire showed to the Nicobari boy after saving him. The shaman later gives those stones to the Nicobari boy as token of his friendship. The simple storyline, narration, and the emotions of the characters are good. Firestones is a short story written by Owen Colfer. The story is set in the Nicobar Islands and the date is 26 December 2004, the day the killer tsunami wave struck. Firestone is one of the 16 short stories in a collection titled Higher Ground. Higher Ground project was started on 16th November 2005. The chief editor is Anuj Goyal, former director of Blue Peter. The project is aimed at bringing to the world the trauma of disaster that struck the world on 26 December 2004 through the eyes of children. A tsunami is a series of waves caused by earthquakes or undersea volcanic eruptions. Out in the depths of the ocean, tsunami waves do not dramatically increase in height. But as the waves travel inland, they build up to higher and higher heights as the depth of the ocean decreases. Most tsunamis are caused by large earthquakes on the sea floor when slabs of rock move past each other suddenly, causing the overlying water to move. When tsunami waves become extremely large in height, they savagely attack coastlines, causing devastating property damage and loss of life. See, after the tsunami, how will be the land? Is it horrible? Yes. Children, on 26th December 2004, there was a tsunami. One of the areas that got badly affected by the tsunami was the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, a union territory of India. This is a story of two boys, one an islander, that is the narrator, and the other a Shomben boy. They experienced the effect of this tsunami. The narrator survived the killer waves. He was taken away from danger and rescued by this Shomben boy. Children, who are Shombens? Shombens are the tribes who inhabit the dense Nicobar forest. When the story starts, the narrator was enjoying the beauty of the sea. He remembered his father's words that God is in the water. First there was earthquake, then he saw the sea retreat, which is another feature before a tsunami. The sea retreats initially and then comes back with the giant waves. After the sea retreats, he saw the giant waves crashing towards the shores. The waves would have been 30 feet high, but instead of getting scared, the boy was amazed at its gigantic size and wanted to stay on the beach and see the huge wave crash on the shore. That is when the Shomben boy appears on the scene. He wants this boy to run for his safety, but he was not ready to obey or listen to this Shomben boy. Do you know the reason, children? He had been advised by his mother that he should not follow a Shomben anywhere, especially into the forest. Now, the Shomben boy was telling that only. Move away from that seashore and go to the forest side. The narrator didn't feel any danger to stay back there. He obeyed his mother's words. That means he turned his face from Shomben boy and watched the wave closing in. He didn't heed to the advice of the young Shomben boy. Then he felt a hand in his pocket. Before realizing what was it, the Shomben boy had taken his purse from his pocket and ran to the edge of the beach. There was money in that purse. Then also he was standing there, the silent boy. Next, what did the Shomben boy do? Do you know, children? For 1 second he stopped there, looked at him. At him means to island boy, and waved his pouch at him. The narrator became very angry because he thought the Shomben boy was insulting him. He ran to catch him, but the Shomben boy ran towards the hill and reached the summit of the hill. Summit means the highest point of the hill. The narrator also reached there. Then only he noticed the water. Their water from the wave was reached up to his knees. Without wasting the time, the Shomben boy climbed up the giant tree that was there on the summit. The narrator tried, but he failed. Helplessly, he was standing there and thinking about the wave. Suddenly, something happened to him. What was that, children? The Shomben boy dragged him to the tree. In this way, he helped him to find a safe place for him. There, these two boys were sitting. In this picture, we can see that. The Shomben boy was very calm and his body was relaxed and casual. Why he was like that, children? Because he knew that more than that he cannot do anything. Rest all now in God's hand only. The waves flowed island but could not uproot the tree where they were sitting on. Now they were watching the giant waves. The hill became a little island. They were there for many hours. They waited there for as long as rescue boats came looking for the people. While they were on the tree, the Shomben boy showed his precious firestones to this island boy. Here, firestones are stones used to rub together to spark a fire, or stones which can withstand fire. Last, the rescue boats came there, and when they saw these two boys, they were surprised. They came in a canoe. Canoe is a small, light, narrow boat pointed at both ends. Here you can see. Two men were there in that boat. They warned them that tree won't stand for a long time. So, come down. That only they were saying. The Shomben boy climbed down easily and sat in that boat. But the island boy found it very difficult to climb down. One man helped him and they moved towards the shore. When the boat came within 10 meters of the shore, the Shomben boy jumped out of the boat. Now he was standing onto the shore and he looked at the island boy. Here in this picture, children, you can see that. By standing there, he showed something. He made a gesture by patting his thigh. Then the island boy automatically touched his pocket side. There in his pocket, he found his money pouch with full of money in that. The Shomben boy had placed it back without letting him feel anything. Now he understood. He means the island boy understood the theft had only been an excuse to distract him or to save him from the tsunami. From the tsunami. When he opened it, one surprise was there for him. Do you know, children, what was it? 2 black stones or fire stones was there. The Shomben boy had given him his precious fire stones. Now the island boy understood everything. The Shomben boy had risked his life and saved his life. But the island boy always mistrusted him. Throughout the story, the island boy did not mention the Shomben boy's experience in taking the island boy to safety until the rescuers came to take him home. However, just by the description of what the Shomben boy did from the minute he spotted the mountain wave to the moment he said goodbye to the island boy, we understand that the Shomben boy had probably been in this situation before. The Shomben boy's tribe lived deep inside the island, isolated and away from the distractions of a more urban life. They were familiar with the ways of nature and could predict how and when a natural calamity would strike the island. When the island boy was busy appreciating the beauty of the mountain waves without realizing the danger they possessed, the Shomben boy thumped on the sand behind him to warn him about the impending danger. He told him that the mountain waves strike after the earth shakes. He urged him to leave the island in search of a safer place. Since the island boy's mother had asked him not to trust a Shomben, the boy did not pay heed to the words of the Shomben boy. The Shomben boy, on seeing that the island boy did not realize the danger that was about to befall them, picked his pocket and ran between the palms on the edge of the beach. At one point he stopped, turned and waved the pouch at the island boy. The island boy, thinking that the Shomben boy was taunting him, ran behind him towards the summit. He did not realize that his pocket had been picked only to distract him and take him to a relatively safer place away from the waves. Rest, what happened, that we know, isn't it, children? My dear children, we often form opinions of people by hearing about them from various sources. Isn't it? It is essential to interact with people personally in order to know them and form an opinion about them. So children, did you understand this lesson? Okay, read this lesson many times, complete all the notes and study. Okay, thank you children.